Naruto 636 viewer comments part 2. Okay, it's no good. Mentioned chapter 572, page 6 specifically, is that Rin. It looks like Fu. Okay, the Jinchuriki for the Seven Tails. That's who it looks like to me. But this is an extremely important chapter, 572, and maybe not a bad idea for people to go back and look at, because that is the chapter where Naruto learns their names. And it's also where you have the prediction. Okay. And they're all like little cute tailed beasts, okay? And the Sage of the Sixth Path is in between them. And this is what he says. Even if you are separated now, you will always be together. In the day you will return to be one will. So look, the Jubi is gonna get formed again. Gonna happen, okay? Alright. I've mentioned this, maybe not in the last few weeks, but I've mentioned this quite a few times through my reviews. Every one of you has a name, and you have a form different from before. And differently from when you were inside of me, follow a right path. Search for what is the real strength until that day, and then bam, and then they found Naruto, who was the fulfillment of the prophecy. But they're going to get brought back together again, reformed, probably in human or humanoid form, and there won't be tailed beasts anymore. So that's what I've been referring to. So 572, good chapter to look back in. Actually, pretty good chapter. Anyway, I really appreciate It's No Good for bringing that up. But like I say, it looks like Fu to me. Jinchuriki of the Seven Tails. Alright, and let's see. DT Ninja 831. What a chapter. Kakashi and Obito settle the score. Madara steps out of the shadows, revealing his true intentions. Obito's fate has been sealed. I predicted months ago that Obito was being controlled by those chakra receivers and ultimately Dark Zetsu, and I was right for once, LOL. If you go back to the chapter in the cave, you can see Madara had this all planned out, right? A failsafe. Obito even knew he was being used. He let it take over him. Madara fed him chakra as he massacred those ninjas. Really appreciate it. Alright. And Spidey Caveman says, you're right more than once, DT Ninja 831. There you go. Awesome. Great job. Good job for pointing that out. Okay. Trent Low Manga. I knew something was up with Obito's arm, but Madara's will / Black Zetsu as an underlying plan was unexpected. But Obito was always the pawn or knight, LOL. Sasuke being acknowledged by Madara comes soon. I've heard so much of people wanting some kind of a Madara Sasuke warm moment or something. And to see his little brother in him, or I don't think it's going to happen. But I mean, I think I'm in the minority in saying this. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's something Kishimoto's that interested in. But a lot of people are expecting it, so we'll see. Minato, more so than the third, has proficient sealing techniques, possibly behind is the first and second, and Ochimaru, and is up there somewhere. They're attempting to seal the Jubi and Madara. The fifth Kage are coming for moral support. I don't really know what they're going to do, to be perfectly honest. It's nice to at least have an answer, whether we liked it or not, but there it was. I'd like to see some death, personally. And LL Ochimaru will surprise me if he goes to the battlefield. So, yeah, that's another thing. Well, anyway, whatever the plan is, I'm sure it's gonna mess up everybody. And yeah, okay. Well, anyway, that's another big thing. Is what Ochimaru is going to end up stomping on everybody else's plans, I'm sure. Okay, and then. Appreciate the comments, by the way. Double X Average Legend. Sasuke is the only person who can stop Madara. because he has the sauce in it? No, I don't think so. But I think pretty much like Madara said, the only person who can stop me is the first. But of course, that was before he gets the Jubi, becomes the Jubi's Jinchuriki, and I think that pretty much is trumpeting up everything else, which is, yeah, I think the plan. And if Ultramarine ends up saving the day, that would be hilarious. But he is possible. He's intelligent enough to think of something possibly, and probably dastardly at the same time. So we'll see. Maybe he'll steal the Jubi. That would be pretty interesting. Don't ask me how, but it would be interesting nonetheless. In W order for life. Okay, I'm really upset. I can't believe Obito lost to Kakashi. He should be stronger with his Mokuton and super strength. Even without Kamui, he should be stronger than Kakashi. Obito not being the final villain is complete bull. Obito has been our villain throughout the entire manga. He plotted everything, manipulated everyone, did all the dirty work. He should be our final villain, not some character who appeared at the end of the manga with no connections and no development. I'm saying it, and I've said it before, and you've just drawn it out of me. Okay, I think this entire arc thing in the middle with Obito, Kakashi, I just don't think. I think this was something that stretched the series out hundreds of chapters, but it wasn't planned, and that's why it seems so odd and weird. And that's why the beginnings felt so solid, and then now that we've gotten to the point where we're seeing the Itos, I think this is where the series was supposed to be, minus a few hundred chapters in the middle with this whole Obito Toby foolishness. So anyway, there's a couple other things I want to say on this too. As far as he's for whatever reason, just remember, except for that fight with Minato, he really hasn't. His thing has been hiding and doing. He just is always manipulated. He just hasn't used. He's never and with the Rinnegan, like the points you're making are good, okay, but it's also true that the history, okay, of Obito, it's not like he's been using his full potential of anything except for Kamui. He hasn't. I mean, that's the consistency. Is he hasn't gone all out, and he's ran and hide over and over in this series. Like I say, use other people. So there is at least some consistency there. As far as him being the final villain, that's pretty much what I said in the beginning. I think that he was never intended to be the final villain, and it's just thrown in. I think I've already mentioned that. But anyway, so I really do appreciate your comment. A lot in there. There's a couple other things I've mentioned, but I'm just going to move on from that. But anyway, I really do appreciate your comment. All right, Mr. Marcus. Let me get some water, by the way. Nice to see the battle between Kakashi and Obito, but I feel something is not right. There will probably be a twist to this saga with Madara issues, and I have his character persona. Is he not as evil as Orochimaru, which is strange, being that his character is supposed to have been the most dangerous? And I overly evil villain in the story right now. How Sasuke played that role far better than Madara. Great review, Steve. Hey, I appreciate it. Well, that sounds right. That sounds right to me. Okay, let's see. Okay, and let's see. Let me get these two things right here. Okay, NW order for life. Continued. Obito has connections to the main characters. Hell, he pretty much is an evil version of Naruto. In comparison, what is Madara? His whole story is Hashirama, who is another non-important character in this story. Naruto doesn't know Madara. Nobody knows him except for Hashirama. Do we really want a genetic, all-powerful final villain? This is bad writing. I'm angry. I wanted to see Obito's redemption after he gave it his all. After he became the Jubi Jin, he deserves better. Well, look, it's not settled yet. I mean, we just, like I said, well, I've already mentioned several things in here, but so there's a lot of possibilities, and it could actually fall into what you were looking for, at least in most aspects. And see, DT Ninja 31 responded to your comment with, "I respect your opinion, But this was Madara's plan all along. The Obito chapters make more sense now. After Rin was killed, Obito exploded with rage, and Madara used that to his advantage by feeding him with chakra. There was a reason it was an all-out massacre. I think Obito chose to die at the hands of Kakashi, but that's just my take. It's possible he just wanted to be himself one last time. As to why, who knows? It's Kishimoto, LOL. Wow. I have to say, there are certain aspects of the Obito character that really, made me feel horrible. And I do feel horrible for the character, but I also came to the same conclusion that Kakashi did. This character has got to go. Alright. Appreciate that comment. To the comment. And see, NW Order for Life continued. Again, my one hope is that Minato will be able to help Obito. That is going to be an interesting interaction right there. To not use the Rinnegan to revive Madara, Obito needs to pull something out of his sleeve. He told Kakashi it wasn't over. He must have some sort of plan. Anyway, sorry for the rant. Hey, continue on. As long as you have something to say, keep going. And you've definitely had something to say. I really do appreciate it. Again, but I feel this is terrible writing. Obito has been our villain throughout the manga, and he's the evil Naruto, with connections and plot importance. He should be our final villain, and he shouldn't be weaker than Kakashi. Well, of all the things you say, that's probably him being, like I said, the final villain. That's probably the one thing you're not going to get. Okay. Everything else, it's possible that we could get some resolution. All those things could happen. But anyway, hey, like I said, continue on. If you got something to say, just keep going. Once again, I really do appreciate it. Corinthian Bosky 1. Amazing review like always. Appreciate it. Madara is so badass. Madara's plan can now happen without people messing it up. Obito / Nagato. Yeah, he's got some old eyes, right? These are Madara's eyes. I mean, these eyes are old eyes. Nagato had them, and now Obito's got them. And wow, Madara's eyes have been around, have they not? Wow. Okay, anyway. Mr. RJC23, I have no complaints. I just want it to be next Wednesday already. I definitely hear you with that. It's going to be... This is getting intense. Being a Naruto fan right now is getting intense. Because of all the possibilities. I mean, this last chapter is just... It's a joy now reading it, okay? It's usually been awesome, but, I mean, well, for me, anyhow, it's just in a zone. This whole thing is in... Because there's so much past that can be woven into what's going on now. There's so much material for Kishi to pull from, and in my opinion, he's in a zone now. So I'm just, yeah, Wednesday, come on. All right, Crystal Marlin Busy. Although I never feel a sort of sympathy toward Obito, however, I feel bad for him being stubbed by Kakashi and being sacrificed by Madara. He is dying in a very cruel and savage way. By the way, great review. Really do appreciate it. Yeah, there's a part, like I say, I feel, for the poor kid, growing up, and I feel horrible. Like I say, this isn't over. I think that we got several chapters before Obito bites it. I'm really feeling that now. There's a lot of things that can happen. Obito on the run. We'll see. I appreciate your comments. Michael Gethman. That would be awesome. I think this is a response. Okay, Justin Soda first, and then the response. Okay, Justin Soda. This is a good way for Kishi to redeem Obito and bring him back from being that whiny, annoying villain. For him to be sacrificed by Madara suits him well. And I prefer this to being killed by Kakashi. Me too. Once Madara becomes Jinchuriki of the Ten Tails, there will be the problem of too many characters. It'll be like Madara versus the Alliance, plus the Edo Kages, plus the 5 Kages, plus Team 7, plus... Okay, yeah. So I'm thinking that Madara is going to decimate the battlefield somehow, killing hundreds of people in order to dwindle characters down. And then, appreciate the comment. Excuse me. And then Michael Gethman. That would be awesome to see. Seems like Kishimoto is about to erase some characters. That would be awesome to see. Like I said, I think we're a long way from that. But as I've mentioned already, that definitely we're going to have some a lot more issues with Obito before I think that we get Super Jinchuriki. And this is a malformed one too. I think that's going to keep coming into play. But anyway, moving on. Really do appreciate your comments. KH Mixer X. I really like your theory page about Rin to still have a part to play in Obito's conclusion. I think it's spot on and will definitely come to fruition. As for Obito himself, I feel as if he still has a fail-safe of his own. A lot of people, yeah, you know, a lot of us are seeing that. Obito's still got cards to play, so to speak. If he's proven himself to be anything, it's calculating. All years he's operated with the mask on and been successful because of his planning ahead. I don't believe that he had nothing left to turn to in this late game. That's just my thought. Great review. Appreciate that. Really do. Good points. Veg to Badass. I'm 99% sure Madara will succeed in becoming the host of the Ten Tails and forcing Obito to revive him. He's done so. No one like he. His only fan was Kishimoto. Also, I believe he will be stronger with a real body, not to mention he has surpassed the first Hokage. Well, Jubi Jinchuriki certainly will. But, yeah, that's going to be interesting. Man, this is just... what a joy this is. This last, I guess less than a year to go, this series. That's awesome. Anyway. Enjoy it while it's here, people. Enjoy it while it's here. Alright. Let's see. Michael Gethman. I wasn't interested in this chapter until around page 14. When Obito Kamui's outside, Madara is a very evil man. Madara planned on forcibly sacrificing Obito from the start. Since Madara either saw or felt Obito starting to die, he activated his backup plan and had the Dark Zetsu take control of Obito. I would love to see Madara take control of the Jubi and make it whole. Looks like Madara is done being bored now. Powerful. Hopefully Madara goes wild again. There's just a lot of potential. Yeah, like I said though, I think there's definitely a lot more Obito stuff before he gives up the ghost, so to speak. Before he's Edo potential. Appreciate the comments. Lumping Rocks. I'm more curious about the rules that come with Reina Tensei. Does the amount of revivals matter? Does having only one Rinnegan Eye matter? That's a point. Will the factor that Obito is not the original owner of the Rinnegan matter? Like, does the Kakashi and the Sharingan, will Obito casting Jutsu make any difference that Nagato wasn't there to do it like Madara originally planned? Oh, something else. This is something and I wish this was something I'd have brought up in the beginning, and I need to bring up. Well, if anybody's watching all these videos with me, remember that Obito is made of Zetsu, and I think I have maybe mentioned this up somewhere. He could have eyes all over him. I mean, you know, he could have, right? So it's his possibility that he could undo his death. Okay? Right. You see what I'm saying? It's possible he could have all eyes on him with these different, not just different abilities, but he could actually burn one, get a do-over, and out of here. So he could change reality. I mean, I'm just saying there's a lot of possibilities. And but anyway, I just wanted to make sure that was definitely out there. But you bring up some good questions that don't really have interest in, unfortunately. Okay, Hammond Willa. Review Van Page. Obito got manhandled and Kakashi is stuck inside the Kamui world. It seemed like Obito slipped something to Kakashi. I wonder what it could be. Okay. I personally didn't see that, but that would be kind of interesting. Yeah, of course, some people think that that he can come back on his own, Kakashi. I don't know. I'm not. That's another thing. Unfortunately, I just don't know, and I'm not really going to speculate on. Okay, Hammond Willow continues. The Shinobi War arc is quickly wrapping up. Madara will. I think we still got a ways to go. Madara will fail to become the Jubi's host because the Kages are obviously interfering, and he's going to beat Hashirama simply by undoing his Edo form and sealing him. The Sage of the Sixth Path is soon to make up a full appearance, and it will be the Jubi taking on his appearance. And finally, the fake Sage Sixth Path will kidnap Naruto. We'll see. We'll definitely see. DT Ninja 831 comments. Interesting points. However, I don't think Madara can be sealed at this point. A part of him remains inside Obito. For Hashirama to say you're focusing too much on your power somewhere else leads me to think that he's not at full power. The only way he can be sealed is if Obito is dealt with a dark Zetsu, returns to his original body. That's my thought. I think the idea of the Sages appearing, it could be. We'll see. Okay, good comment to the comment. And let's see. And let's see. Roger Gibbs. I have a huge feeling Madara is acknowledged Sasuke. A lot of people bring this up. And Sasuke will act like a younger version of Madara, which Obito or his little brother. A lot of people bring that up. Izuna. We'll do something real special in the next chapter to disobey Madara. We will absolutely see. Okay. Conley Bob 9. Some people think that Obito will revive Rin instead. And that could happen, but hopefully Madara has enough control over him to keep him from pulling that. I want to see Madara become the Jinchuriki, which he probably will for the true final battle. He'll probably let the Jubi go to the next phase before becoming Jinchuriki, and then he's going to slaughter big time, even with Hashi around, because Hashi isn't at Jubi level. Madara man, that's what I'm talking about. That's where it's all at. And let's see. Obito, Uchiha. Senju DNA seems to work for everyone but me, by the way. Why I can't regenerate, nobody knows. Okay. Incidema 2013. This chapter was a great setup chapter. I have a feeling that Obito is going to bring back Rin instead of Madara. We will then get Rin's backstory. After the talk no jutsu from Rin to turn Obito good before he dies. Maybe Minato will have something to say too, I hope. Side note, how did Obito lose to Kakashi? Obito had the Rinnegan, the Senju DNA, wood style, was trained by Madara Uchiha. Kakashi couldn't beat Obito when all that he was Madara. What has changed? Well, I already said my piece on that, but you bring up good points. But like I say, to me it makes sense. But okay, and let's see. Let's do a time check. I'm way over, but I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to go ahead and finish this out. Okay, and let's see. X Firebird 925X finally got some time to come back to Naruto, and I gotta say, wow, this is a very controversial chapter. I can almost smell the gunpowder in the air. Overall, for this chapter, I really don't have anything to say. Everything is being explained right now. It's just that I'm rather worried about Kakashi. Is he going to get out? And I believe Madara will become Jubi's Jinchuriki, simply because he is the final boss our heroes need to defeat. Anyway, great review, Rampage. Appreciate that. I don't think he's like I've said a million times. Doesn't mean right. I don't think that we've. Orochimaru would be a great final boss, in my opinion. Okay, because it's obvious that he's accumulating power and things to achieve something. But I'm not to the point to where there couldn't possibly be something that he's talking to or connected to or that's brought back either. But for me, Ocharu would be the great final boss, because when he finally gets all the pieces together and he possesses Sasuke, it'd be pretty awesome. I can't wait for that to happen. I just cannot wait. As much people will be horrified from that. But anyway, and then of course he's got this Uchiha body, and then what his plans are, why he needs that it's gonna be pretty crazy. I cannot wait. Anyway, Sage Blue 92 comments on the comment from Expert 925X. I don't, but I get the feeling that Obito stabbing Kakashi with the black rod will have bigger impact later. Some of Kakashi rarely wastes moves in his fight scene. Love it. Viewer comment videos is really engaging. Keep up the great work. Rampage Sensei. Wow. Appreciate it. Hey, this is all about having fun, and I look forward to it. Really, you're writing my script. Okay, this is really what you're doing, and I just got to respond. So you're writing the script, and I'm just kind of along for the ride. So this is awesome for everybody. I look forward to it. I love it. Once again, I really do appreciate everybody's efforts. And this is, like I said, this is what, less than a year to go. We're Naruto fans. Enjoyed it from an older person, okay, and a few people are older than I am that are subscribers. Enjoy things while they're happening, because when they're gone, they're gone. Okay, last comments right here. G. Gorsey. Let's see. Okay, I know that Kakashi was strong, but so strong to make Obito. He ran from his fight. It's crazy. Badass Kakashi is back. Because Madara was able to control Obito from the Zetsu that fused to his body. That's why he turned black. Must remember that Madara created the black-white Zetsus, right? Madara could control the Zetsu, so it makes much sense that Madara could control Obito with the Zetsu half. Now, as it happens, cannot wait to see what Madara will do next. That's the last comments this week. Once again, I appreciate this so much. This is a high point in my week as a Naruto fan, specifically. So I can't thank everybody enough. All right, let's go ahead and do it. I think we've pretty much covered everything. We're just waiting for next week. Of course, there's a lot more speculation that we can do. And once again, it was chapter 572 is where Naruto learns the names of all the tailed beasts, and we get the prophecy from the Sage of the Sixth Path. So anybody who wants to go back and kind of refresh themselves on that. Also, for maybe the fourth or fifth time I'm mentioning this, if you haven't reread the first half where the battle scene is at a slow pace, you might just want to check that out. Anyway, anybody can be an anime fan. You can always subscribe. You can always unsubscribe. You can do anything you want to. Until next time, take care.